Right, to use gib to build and push an image to Docker Hub, let's do the following. So still within the terminal, and in here, let me just clear the screen. And what I want you to do is to type docker and then log in. And here type your username. So mine is Amigos code, and then the password. And there we go. You can see that login succeeded. So now we can just type dot and then / and then mvnw. And then I want to say clean and then install. And then I also want to use gib and then column. And then instead of saying docker build, we're going to say build and then minus capital D. And here we're going to say gib dot to and then image equals. And here make sure that this is your username. So Amigos code. So this is the Docker Hub username. So my one is Amigos code and then / and then here I'm going to say spring and then dash react dash full stack, and then this will be column and then v1. So this will be the version 1 of our application, and there you have it. So now if I press enter, so this will perform a clean install and then build using gib, and then basically you can see that it's actually creating an optimized build. So let me just put this a little bit bigger. So there you go. Now it's running the tests, making sure that everything is fine. So one test passed, and then have a look. So using credentials from docker config, and it's actually pushing now the image to Docker Hub. And there we go. So build and push image as Amigos code. And then this was the actual tag. So if I go to Docker Hub in here, and I'm going to reload this page, and you can see that we have Amigos code and then / and then this is the image that we've just pushed. So few seconds ago here. So few seconds ago. Now, if you have issues pushing from the terminal, you can type this. So you can type, so let me just zoom out a little bit and then put full screen. So here, you can also pass the username and password. So here we pass the image that we want this to be as, and what you can also say is, so here, let me just say that I want to say latest as well. So I want to have a latest tag, and then here I'm going to say / and then on a new line, and here, oops, I didn't even mean to do that. So let me just delete that, and basically, let's just keep everything on this line. So here I want to say dash and then capital D and then gib and then to dot and then auth and then dot username equals to Amigos code. And then I also want dash and then capital D and then gib dot to and then auth dot and then password equals to, and then now let me just say a random password. So here, and also let me just go back because I don't want to run clean install. I just want to run gib. So here, you should see that this will fail. And just give a second. And you can see that, there we go. So this actually failed, right? Because my password there was incorrect. So also, so now let me actually put the real password. And by the way, this password is mainly for this course, and I'm going to change this. So if you try to log in into my account, it won't work. So that's the right password. And also if I change this to, let's say, Amigo and then 999, so this username does not exist most likely. And let me just put W in there. So if I run that, this should also fail. and there we go, right? So unauthorized. So let me clear the screen and then press the up arrow once more, and here, so let's change this to Amigos code, and you can see my password in there. So this is another way of you doing the same thing. And here, clean and then install, basically so you get a fresh build each time, and then enter. There we go. So it's actually running the tests now and authenticating, pulling the base image, and you can see build success. So this worked. Now if I go back to Docker Hub and then reload, and let me click on it, and if I go to tags, you can see that we have the version 1 as well as latest. So this is working beautifully, which means that if you type with me, so let's go to the terminal, and here let's type together docker and then pull and then say Amigos code / and then spring dash and then react dash and then full stack. And if we don't pass a tag, it will pull in the latest tag. So if I press enter, you can see that using default tag latest, and done. So if I do a docker image and then ls, you can see that we have 2 images. So this is the one that we've just pulled, and this is the one that we've built locally. And now we can run, so docker and then run, and let's just take this name here, and then basically we forgot the port, so docker run and then -p and then 8080 :8080, and that's it. So if I press enter, you can see that it's actually starting up the application. There we go, application started, port 8080. If I open up the web browser, and in here before it was running on 3000, so let's try to access that. This is actually loading, and I think that, so if I stop this and then say docker and then ps dash and then a, so let's just remove all of those. So in here I'm going to say docker rm-f and then pass the container ID for that one, and then get the second one. So I want to delete all containers, so, and the third one, so 1 2 3, and this is the third one. There we go. So here, if I just reload here, you can see that this no longer works. Let's just run the exact same command, so docker run and then the image that we've just pushed to Docker Hub. There we go, up and running, port 8080 in here, and let's go back. Now instead of saying localhost 3000, I'm going to say localhost 8080, enter, and this is working beautifully. If you have any questions on what we've done so far, go ahead and let me know. But you can find all the commands that I've typed in the description of this video. Catch me on the next one.